it's not a mulberry, but I've had mulberry jam. That's kind of interesting. When we went down to with the association here, Taste Creek Association went down. I told you about this yesterday. They wouldn't let us work. But one day I went over and helped clean out this lady's house, and she bought us all, everybody in the whole association bought us a little thing of mulberry jam. And that was so sweet of her. I felt so sorry for that family. They were, I could tell that they were dealing with post traumatic stress. um, they were still living in the FEMA trailer and couldn't. Their house was ready to move in, and they just couldn't make the move back into their house. And I could see the son was living with them in the FEMA trailer. He had quit the university and came home, and I sat down and talked to him. Well, she took us out to eat too. Not only she bought us this little jam, she took us out to a very nice restaurant and bought us all a meal. They had money, and it was just a matter of not being able to get back into their home, and it was such a sad situation. And sad talking to them were that they um, had this post traumatic stress. But anyway, this is Scopper Nong. It is a similar to a grape, but it grows singly on a vine. They make wine out of it. I know they make mulberry wine too. Is the reason I was thinking that. A friend of mine told me that he went to preach in a certain church and was invited out to dinner by one of the church officers. He was handed a glass of uh, Scooper Nog. He didn't know what it was, but he tasted it. He realized that it had an alcohol content. He is not a super pious individual, but he put the glass down. His host said to him, "What is the matter? Don't you like it?" He said, "I think it is delicious, but I notice that it is wine. And I feel that as a Christian, should not drink it." Well, that created a tense moment, but he got his point across. I feel that he did the right thing. So that's what we should do. We probably should not drink alcohol as Christians, not because there's nothing wrong with having beer here or there. And don't, my alcoholic friends would gasp at that thought, and that's the reason that you can't do it, because that would offend them. The question would arise, did that minister have as much right to drink it as the elder did? He did. There's no question about it. But he also had a testimony, which is the reason he did not drink it. Many Christians are harsh in their dealings with others because their, their motive is legality. I don't do this, and you shouldn't do it. However, if their motive were love, the approach would be altogether different. Love for the other brothers should be the motive in the Christian's conduct. So, whatever is, God may be asking you not to do doesn't mean necessarily that everybody should not do that. Verse 29, conscience. I've had a lot of, with diet, I've had a lot of problem with that. Conscience, verse 29, conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience? Why should I be restricted by some of these weak brethren? Verse 30, for if I by grace be a partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that for which I give thanks? Paul asks, "Isn't it unfair to judge me because another man's conscience?" He answers by stating a great principle, and that is that